Welcome again to Inside the Summit League. We got baseball and softball getting going. Highlights coming up along with a story on Sammy Marshall at Western Illinois coming up on the show. But first, there is one Summit League basketball team that is still playing. The South Dakota State University women have won their way into the semifinals now of the NIT. Well, the Jackrabbits finally got a chance to host Minnesota. First time in more than 30 years Minnesota had been at Frost Arena in front of more than 3,300 fans. That is Amanda Zowie, a fabulous redshirt freshman for Minnesota, made her first 7 shots of the game, and they would go back and forth. Carrie Young gets the 3 there. South Dakota State up by 3 early. Jacks working it down low. Gabby Bober to Mariah Claren. Over 4 defenders there. Neither team led by more than 5 in the first half of this game. Minnesota continued to go inside to Zowie, and she had 14 at halftime. The Gophers led 24-23 at the half. Second half, though, Jacks regained the lead, though. Steph Pollock gets it back, led South Dakota State with 17. She is having a fabulous NIT. And then back and forth behind the arc. Megan Watoshik from the corner for South Dakota State. Jacks up by 10. Rachel Banham, fabulous three-point shooter for Minnesota, hits a corner 3 here. She made 6 threes in the second half. Cut the South Dakota State lead to 7, but the Jacks come down, and Bover will get the kick out again here to Watoshik. Another 3 from the opposite side. Gophers got within 3 late in the game, but that is as close they would get. Tara Heiser had 14 off the bench. SDSU wins it 70-62 to move into the Elite 8, and they talked about the home court advantage afterwards.
There were times in there that it was really loud, really loud. Good thing AJ's loud with that stomping foot, but it was loud in there.
The fans have done a great job. This is a great environment to play in, and for them, not so much us. But, it was really tough. It got really loud at times. I haven't heard a gym this loud in years, probably since we went to Green Bay back in 2005 in their old gym.
Frost was great. Crowd was wonderful. I mean, people have been around and followed us for a long time. 3,300 people out there. You could put more people in, but it doesn't necessarily make it any louder. That was pretty good.
All right, so the win over Minnesota brings another Big Ten team to Frost Arena. Indiana taking on South Dakota State in the quarterfinals, and the Jacks getting it down low. Megan Watoshik cuts inside. She led the Jacks with 20 and tied it up early on. A couple possessions later, Mariah Claren going to work, drives to the left for 2 there. Jackrabbits up 10-9 early. Jacks go on a 12-3 run after that. Clarissa Ober, one of the Jackrabbit freshmen, for 3. Jackrabbits up by 9 in the first half, but the Hoosiers come back on a 10-0 run. Laren Brooks, one of their great freshmen, gets that leader to go. Indiana is up 26-25, but that's the last lead they would have. Jacks get control back by halftime. Claren inside, and it's South Dakota State up 36-29 at the half. Jacks maintaining that lead in the second half. Pollock from the elbow. She had 19 for South Dakota State. Couldn't quite pull away, though. Alexis Gassian had 22 for Indiana. And that basket brings the Hoosiers back within 3, but that's, again, as close as they would get. Hannah Stropp hit a couple of big three-pointers in the second half for the Jackrabbits. And then Pollock would come down, hit another 3. She hit some big shots down the stretch as well, and SDSU advances to the semis, a 76-64 win over Indiana.
We knocked down a lot of threes against Minnesota, so I'm sure they were aware of that. But I just think we did a really good job of ball movement and just playing together on offense.
We were missing some jump shots, but we were scoring on the basket early on. Even in the second half, we had timely threes, but we didn't rely on threes. I think people will leave here feeling like we just knocked down a ton of threes. We had some really big threes, but that wasn't where we were scoring.
Well, this has been the run now for the Rabbits. Wins over the Big East in the first 2 rounds. They beat Butler and Creighton, and then back-to-back against the Big Ten. And now South Dakota State will face Texas El Paso from Conference USA. UTEP beat Washington on Monday night to get to the semifinals. So it'll be the Jackrabbits and the Miners on Wednesday night in El Paso, Texas. Rutgers and South Florida are playing in the other semifinal. The championship game is set for this Saturday at the Women's NIT. We got baseball when we come back, including a couple of one-run wins for Western Illinois against North Dakota State.
This isn't an Epic Sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director.
There's no $1 million budget. There's no slow motion or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us.
Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
And make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active. And this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Get tickets now for legendary singer-songwriter Neil Sedaka, Sunday, April 13th at 5 p.m. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
Breaking up is hard.
Honda, you know there's been a lot of trash talk out there about us from our competition. But you know what the truth is. Honda has better safety. Honda has more standard features. Honda dominates with the best technology. Honda has better gas mileage. And to top it off, Honda has the best lease offers. Now, during the Spring Into a Honda sales event, we have an opportunity to take it to them and show them that Hondas are the best vehicles on the road today. Bring it in.
Let's go Honda! Let's go Honda! Yeah!
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Well, Major League Baseball is back, so is the Summit League, and league play is underway now. Here are the highlights from the weekend. Start with South Dakota State at Western Illinois on Friday, and this is the only run scored in the ballgame. Brent Turner up the middle for Western. Adam McGinnis scores. And it's 1-0, 11-X in the second inning, and that lonely little run holds up. Aaron Michael is the Summit League pitcher of the week. Sophomore goes 7 innings, strikes out 8, gets his second win of the season, and Western takes game 1, 1-0. Game 2 got a little weird. They go 11 innings, had to come back on Saturday morning and finish it up. Tanner Glore, a shot to center there. Jamison Henning scores. Western up 1-0 through 5 innings. This is a great catch out in left center by Brent Turner off the bat of Aaron Mockbitz there to preserve the Western lead. Western gets another run in the 6th. Tanner Glore again at the plate. And Jamison Henning scores again. 2-0 Western through 7 innings. Top of the 8th, bases loaded for the Jacks. Eric Danforth takes one for the team. Zach Holt scores to make it 2-1. The Jacks came back, tied it at 2. They ran out of daylight, so they had to come back Saturday morning. And in the 11th, Tyler Shannon on the squeeze. Holt scores again. The Jacks get 3 in the 11th, and they win this one 5-2 in 11 innings. SDSU staying on the road, played 2 at league favorite Omaha on Sunday. In the Summit League opener for Omaha, Colin Life with a base hit for the Mavs. Tyler Splekel scores, and it's 1-0 Omaha after 2 innings. Life out at second there, but he gives them the lead. Top of the 4th, Aaron Mockbitz goes deep again for the Jackrabbits. 4th home run of the year for South Dakota State's Mockbitz. Ties the game at 1 apiece. Omaha, though, blows it open in the 5th inning. Caleb Polinsky is your Summit League Player of the Week. 3-run home run here. Clayton Taylor also homered for Omaha, and the Mavs win game 1, 10-2. And they get the sweep. Michael Finicaro. And Omaha Kid here for South Dakota State. Grounder to third. Scott Splett scores, and the Jacks are up 1-0. South Dakota State led 3-0, and this turned out to be a big play. Watch Eric Danforth out in center. Pretty sure that's not how he wanted to play that one, but Daniel Jewett scores for Omaha. Cole Gruber ends up at third base. Omaha gets 3 in the inning here to tie the game at 3 apiece. Mockbitz, another home run for the Jacks, but Dylan Casey drove in the game winner for Omaha in the 9th, and the Mavs sweep the Jackrabbits 7-6 in game 2. Back to Macomb, Illinois on Sunday. North Dakota State and Western Illinois in the bottom of the 7th here. Zach Burley gets himself to third. Tanner Glore, a short fly to right. It's going to be a play at the plate. And the throw is there, but it pops loose. Burling is in with the winner in game 1. Western takes this one 4-3. And another 1-run game in game 2 of this series. Nick Altavia sends that one to the wall in left for the Bison. Blake Turbach is going to score, and North Dakota State up 2-1. Bottom of the 3rd, Jamison Henning for Western Illinois singles. Zach Burling will come around to score, and Western with a 5-2 lead after 4 innings. Big fifth inning, though, for North Dakota State. Wes Satzinger up the middle. Tim Caldwell's going to score. Aiden Hook will come around. And the Bison have a 7-5 lead. North Dakota State led 8-7 in the 8th, but Neil DeCook comes through for the Leathernecks. Jamison Henning will score here to tie the game at 8. And then Western will win it in the 9th on a gapper here by Zach Burling. Chris Chisita will come in and score. 9-8 is the final as Western wins 2 against North Dakota State. So just underway in league play, Omaha and Fort Wayne with the sweeps to get started. Omaha is home this weekend against Fort Wayne on Friday and then hosting Western Illinois on Sunday. North Dakota State is at South Dakota State on Friday if they don't get snowed out in Brookings. Softball coming up next. Danny Pugh and Fort Wayne off to a hot start to the Summit League season.
Since 1982, the Summit League has been achieving excellence. Beyond providing a quality education to more than 120,000 students, the league continues to strengthen its reputation of being nationally competitive in athletics. Today, more than 3,000 elite student athletes at 8 institutions embody the vision, purpose, and innovation the Summit League represents. These young men and women are reaching for the summit in both athletic and academic endeavors.
Honda, you know there's been a lot of trash talk out there about us from our competition, but you know what the truth is. Honda has better safety. Honda has more standard features. Honda dominates with the best technology. Honda has better gas mileage. And to top it off, Honda has the best lease offers. Now, during the Spring Into a Honda sales event, we have an opportunity to take it to them and show them that Hondas are the best vehicles on the road today. Bring it in.
Let's go Honda! Let's go Honda! Yeah!
So, how was game night with the girls?
Oh, it's just another girls' night. We ate way too much food. We sat around a lot. We had a few laughs, but it was very relaxing.
Need a real girls' night out? Grand Falls Casino Resort is the place to live it up for a big night out, just a short drive away. Grand Falls Casino Resort.
My favorite time of day to be fly fishing is early in the morning when the sun's just coming up and you start to see the fish rise for dry flies. What I love about fly fishing is seeing the mouth come out and take that fly and go back down. It's awesome. I know I've really helped a customer when I see that they're excited about taking their new equipment and trying it on the river. I'm Mike Dufresne, and I'm one of the fly fishing experts at Shields.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Welcome back. Well, Summit League softball teams have been playing since February, mostly down in the southern states, but league play is underway now. IUPUI, Western Illinois, and Fort Wayne all back at home over the weekend. We start with USD at Fort Wayne on Saturday. Alex Bousquet had homered to give Fort Wayne the lead, but Matley Jones ties it up here. Second home run of the season for Jones, a junior from Lincoln, Nebraska. 1-1 game in the fourth. Fort Wayne goes on top in the fifth. Danny Pugh with her sixth home run of the season, and the Dons are up 2-1 after 5 innings on the home run by Pugh. USD comes back, though. They get 4 runs in the 6th inning. Katie Cochran here with a triple. Christine Broders and Cassie Lowe will come around to score, and the Coyotes take a 5-2 lead in Game 1. And Rachel Q was on the mound for the Coyotes. She gets the win. 9 strikeouts for Q, allowed just the 2 solo home runs, but she gets her 10th win of the year, and USD wins Game 1 5-2. In the second game, Fort Wayne already leading 2-0, but Christine Broders cuts that in half. First home run of the season for Broders. And Fort Wayne, though, still up 2-1 here early on, and they add to it in the third. Audrey Mintari with a double. That drives in Hillary Cartman. Ashley Bousquet score, and it is 4-1 Fort Wayne. And then the Dons get one more in the 5th inning. It's going to be Mintari at the plate again. She doubled twice, drove in 3 runs for Fort Wayne, and the Dons come back and get the split here with USD. 5-1 is the final in Game 2. On to Indianapolis. Meanwhile, IUPUI taking on North Dakota State. The Bison are the preseason pick to win the league this year. Jocelyn Oppenheis was outstanding on the mound, though, for IUPUI in Game 1. 9 strikeouts, only gave up 4 hits. And the Jags get to the lead here on a solo home run by Aaron Dillon. And after 5 innings, IUPUI on top 1-0. NDSU ties it in the 6th, though. Logan Moreland with the base hit. Jackie Stifter is going to come around to score. Cheyenne Garcia hit a solo homer in the 9th, and the Bison win Game 1, 2-1. In Game 2 between the Bison and the Jags, more Logan Moreland for North Dakota State. She goes 3 for 3 in this game, had a triple and 2 singles. Moreland drove in a run. She would score a couple of runs. The Bison had 6 extra base hits, including 3 home runs. They win their first 2 Summit League games of the season, 11-4, North Dakota State in Game 2. In Macomb, Illinois on Saturday, Western Illinois and South Dakota State. Neither team picked to finish very high in the standings, but we will see. SDSU scores in the first 4 innings. Sammy Bingham with the grounder there in error allows Jessica Marcan to score. Jacks lead it 4-0 after 2 innings. 2-out runner at third there, and that is a wild pitch. Lauren Churnside scores. Jackrabbits up 5-0. Jacks get 2 more in the 4th. Samantha Terry with a rip to center. That drives in 2. The Jacks get 7 runs on 7 hits, and they win Game 1 7-3. Game 2, Tegan Walsh for Western. That's a shin shot. Sammy Marshall leads the nation in runs scored per game right now. She comes across 1-0 Western Illinois. Jackrabbits get 3 in the 4th, though. Elise Itel, one of 4 California kids on the SDSU roster this year. A double drives in 2. Jackrabbits take the lead. Emily Weber for South Dakota State. Same spot down that left field line. Emily Utek scores. And the Jackrabbits up 4-1. Leathernecks making a 1-run game, though. Sammy Marshall, her 7th home run of the season. A story coming up here on how she has added some power to her repertoire this year. But despite the blast here by Marshall, South Dakota State wins this one 4-3 to take the first 2 games of this series. But Western does come back and win Game 3 on Sunday. South Dakota State scores first. Devin Larson down the line there. Emily Weber, Allison Huffman come on around. Larson out at third, but the Jacks take a 2-0 lead. South Dakota State up 3-0. Western comes back with 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Carissa Kuchis, all 4'10" of her off the pitcher's glove there. Sammy Marshall scores. And then Tierney Bottineau up the middle, drives in Alex Ward. And South Dakota State still in the lead 3-2 after 5 innings. But Western gets 2 in the 6th. Tegan Walsh, Squibber up the middle there. Harding and Alexis Ensminger score. Leathernecks lead at 4-3. Top of the 7th, SDSU already had a run thrown out at the plate. Taylor Messer guns down Bingham to end it. Western Illinois wins this one 4-3. So, in the standings, 18 games is the Summer League regular season schedule. Had a couple canceled by weather already, but North Dakota State, the defending champion, off to a 2-0 start. Fort Wayne at 4-1 early on, and Western Illinois smack dab in the middle right now at 3-3. And when we come back, the story on Sammy Marshall at Western Illinois. She leads the nation right now in batting average and runs scored.
Honda, you know there's been a lot of trash talk out there about us from our competition, but you know what the truth is. Honda has better safety. Honda has more standard features. Honda dominates with the best technology. Honda has better gas mileage. And to top it off, Honda has the best lease offers. Now, during the Spring Into a Honda sales event, we have an opportunity to take it to them and show them that Hondas are the best vehicles on the road today. Bring it in.
Let's go Honda! Let's go Honda! Yeah!
These are places of excellence, where big efforts yield big results. The places where perfection is perfected, but without the players, without the performance, these are only places. The stage is set. Now, exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Get tickets now for legendary singer-songwriter Neil Sedaka, Sunday, April 13th at 5 p.m. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
Breaking up is hard.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Welcome back to Inside the Summit League. Sammy Marshall is a softball superstar. She is a junior this year at Western Illinois. She led the nation in stolen bases as a freshman. She was the Summit League Player of the Year last year as a sophomore, and she is off to another incredible start this season. Matt Fisher has more from Macomb, Illinois.
Starting her freshman year, Western Illinois' Sammy Marshall has consistently been one of the toughest batters to stop in the Summit League and even in the nation. But through the years, Marshall has strived to improve her game to the tune of 7 home runs this season.
My freshman year, my main goal was just to get on any way I could, and I found that my bunting and saw slapping was the most proficient way to do that. And then every year I just try to add something to my game to try to throw the defense off. So last year I incorporated more of a hard slap, and now this year I've worked into a hit of away style too.
To Marshall, batting leadoff isn't just about getting on base, but about finding a way to score and setting the tone for the rest of the game.
At the top of the order, you're that person that gets the innings going. You're that spark plug for the team. And I take a lot of pride into being that for the team, and I just try to get on any way I can.
So far in 2014, that mindset has worked, leading Western to a 17-12-1 record overall, and even earning some personal accolades along the way. Recently, Marshall was named Co-National Player of the Week by the NFCA.
I was speechless. I was babbling nonsense for the first 30 seconds after I heard. The honor itself is just unbelievable, and I would not have been able to do it if it wasn't for my team. They're my biggest supporters and my biggest critics too. I know if I do something wrong, they're going to tell me, they're going to help me fix it, and I would never do anything against this team. And they just get everything going for me, and it was an honor. It was without words. I couldn't explain it.
The two-time NCAA stolen base champion has swiped 25 bases this season. But even more important than stealing bases is a prize that has eluded the Leathernecks since 2010, a championship ring.
I wouldn't say necessarily a personal goal. The only goal that I really have this year is to get a ring any way possible. Because I just go up there and I look for my pitch to get on, and my batting average has been pretty high, but I'm not doing anything too much. I'm just doing the little things right now. And I never go out thinking how many stolen bases am I going to get this game. If the situation comes to that, then I will steal. But really, as far as personal goals, it's more of a team-based thing of getting a ring.
Well, with her next stolen base, Sammy Marshall will tie the Summit League record, and she's still got 17 games to play here in her junior season. She takes that nation-leading .543 batting average into a series against Fort Wayne this weekend. Got a great story from Fort Wayne coming up next. The man in front of the band. That's our campus spotlight coming up.
So, how was game night with the girls?
Oh, it's just another girls' night. We ate way too much food. We sat around a lot. We had a few laughs, but it was very relaxing.
Need a real girls' night out? Grand Falls Casino Resort is the place to live it up for a big night out, just a short drive away. Grand Falls Casino Resort.
Honda, you know there's been a lot of trash talk out there about us from our competition, but you know what the truth is. Honda has better safety. Honda has more standard features. Honda dominates with the best technology. Honda has better gas mileage. And to top it off, Honda has the best lease offers. Now, during the Spring Into a Honda sales event, we have an opportunity to take it to them and show them that Hondas are the best vehicles on the road today. Bring it in.
Let's go Honda! Let's go Honda! Yeah!
This isn't an epic sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director.
There's no $1 million budget. There's no slow motion or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us.
Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
And make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active. And this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Well, one of the highlights of the Summer League basketball tournament every year is the house band that plays at each session. They are very loud, very proud, and one of the very best is the peppy powerhouse from IPFW.
The IPFW Pep Band adds another level of energy to all home games at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Much of that energy comes from the passion of band director Marcus Farr.
We're a fan of the teams here, like the people in the band. We're a fan of the Mastodons, so we get into those games. And the second thing, we like to play music, so this is a perfect vehicle to express both of those passions that I have, as well as the members in the band. I would probably be watching those games if I wasn't even working the band. So, you know, the fact that I'm being able to be a part of the band at the same time it's a dream. You know, I mean, it gets no better than that.
Marcus Farr, he's been one of the most creative and the most expressive directors I've ever worked with.
I was actually a member of the Pep Band for a couple of years, and I played in it and I cheered with the team, and so after those couple of years the opportunity was open, and I was fortunate enough to get that position. I've had a lot of jobs working at schools, and there's something special about IPFW where not just the coaches or the staff support what the band does, but the players also do. The players support the members of the band. They become friends, and I obviously get an attachment because you spend so much time throughout the season following them and getting to know them, and they're such great people, so it's hard not to get attached to them.
Even on Farr's wedding day, he couldn't resist making an appearance at an IPFW home game.
Well, it was a funny story because my reception was actually down the hall in the ballroom here. And so we got done, we were cleaning up, you know, everybody's kind of filtering out, and we had all this extra cake. And so we kind of walked in the volleyball game, and it was match point. So we just won the game, and they're playing, and I show up with this cake, and everybody's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Well, we were just down the hall." And so it was pretty easy call, you know, with that second cake to bring it down to those guys. And it was nice that it was kind of cool as our wedding day.
He has multiple bands, he teaches, he has a family, and he does all this in one shot, and he still maintains his own personality to come in and just say, "Hey, let's hit it," and boom, it's all on.
I'm assistant band director at a high school locally here in town, and do a lot of the after-school bands with the marching band, the pep band, you know, jazz bands, that sort of thing there too. I'm in a couple of groups I play around too. I play trombone around town in a couple of groups as well too. So I definitely stay busy with the music, and fortunately that's everything I do to make a living revolves around music, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to have that happen.
Despite the many commitments and duties in his life, Farr continues to make IPFW's Pep Band one of the most exciting and talked about pep bands in the Summit League.
One other note this week, Jason Gardner has been named the men's basketball coach at IUPUI. We'll talk with him next week on Inside the Summit League.